So, are you streaming this, or have you just kind of given up on that?
Yeah, I'm streaming. No dropped frames so far.
Hey!
So maybe things are doing better.
Yeah,
My
you
upload
did
rate
your
has
Q&A
not been
stream.
great lately, though.
Oh. I've noticed YouTube's felt slower lately. Like, my videos that usually take, like, 30 seconds to upload have been, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, like it's an exponential increase in upload times. It's been like actively screwing with my schedule because I'm like I can't start recording it because I'm not done setting up all of today's videos still because they won't upload.
I get the very distinct feeling that YouTube is like experimenting with stuff kind of hard lately.
Hello, Glider Bot.
I actually would not be surprised if. Oh yeah, Keith.
How
go
do you
visit
feel
the
about
merchant.
being an anagram of your arch nemesis?
What? Andrew?
Yeah.
He is hardly my arch nemesis.
Hardly ever. I'm pretty sure that I've had this like whole revelation 2 years ago and then just forgot slowly. But I rediscovered it today,
thing?
and I'm like, oh my god!
Hey Keith, go buy
like their names are
go
like
buy
the same
gathering
names.
tools.
Oh yeah, do you have gathering tools?
No,
Yeah, go get them.
I never
you
picked
get,
a profession.
No,
That
no, no,
wasn't-
no,
no.
You do.
This isn't like WoW. So gathering is just free as long as you have the right tool for the job. You can gather.
Oh wait, no, I do
anything.
have gathering tools because they throw them at you.
Yeah. So you want to gather every single resource you have of it, like you can get, because
You'll need them later for crafting.
you'll need them later for crafting, but also it gives you experience, just straight up. Sometimes more than killing a monster. So you just level.
So they don't disappear
find-
when somebody else does them.
No.
Nope.
No, there's no competition for resources.
Now my inventory can fill even faster.
Well, actually, what you do is you have a little tab that says, let's see, it's on the options, and you can do deposit all materials. You actually have a material bank.
Let's see, so we're in a 15 to 25 zone.
Yeah, I figured we'd run this area because it's pretty, and our personal story is probably going to take us through here anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, are you doing the heart to the south?
It does mean that if we're
yeah.
here, we can't. We don't have to deal with certain zones being higher level than us.
Exactly. That's why I was always going to. Let me not talk to this guy. I was thinking we'd always do zones that we're at the maximum for. That way, you never have to worry about being underleveled. And since there's scaling, who cares? Like you'll still get full resources. Though
Embarrassing. I
guess
started my
I'm-
first fight without summoning, and I'm like, something's wrong here. I was like,
No,
I'm just
you're
hitting him with the really crappy spells. I'm like, nothing's happening right now. This is not ideal.
Make the Nightmare Court feel unwelcome by setting fire to brambles. Search
There's a
Nightmare
Ven up
bulbs
north.
for
Protect
prisoners.
the Reverend Terebrith gardeners.
okay, I guess we'll come. There's a heart down south here that we probably want to grab. Finish off quickly.
Well, I
But the
haven't gotten
gardeners,
any
they're
yet.
under attack. Without them, we won't have gardens or
Look,
gardeners.
I understand that you have a certain affinity for people of earthly vocations.
I was
but
gonna say, like, you're gonna have to like stretch this one, won't you?
yeah. I mean, gardeners, geologists, they're both G-word professions.
Sure. Right up there with Game of Thrones director.
Sure, why not?
Basically the same job.
Yeah,
You can tell
they
there's
have to
a letter
breathe.
involved.
They have to breathe. They have to eat. Those are some serious similarities. There is no
Yeah.
event here.
Now, do gemologists just study gems, or do
You guys
they?
miss it?
Yeah, event's over.
Well,
Oh wait, no, there it is.
Yeah.
oh, there it is.
We have to.
It was
yeah,
face changing, I guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I don't see a reward on my screen, and I definitely was here.
I've already completed this heart, but
I must have been distracted while
I can
thinking
help.
of G names, and my best what I could think of was just a form of media that starts with G
Game
and,
Grump?
then, and say director.
Oh wait,
Gynecologist, that would have been a more legit
Ooh.
profession
What?
to say
Yeah.
than fucking
Well, I mean, if
something
Gwyneth
that starts with
Paltrow
G
is
director.
believed, if Gwyneth Paltrow is to be believed, there are more similarities between geologists and gynecologists than you'd think.
Because they're both cave
for-
splunkers.
No,
she was a proponent
I have no
of
idea
some
what you're talking
weird
about.
practices.
she's selling some like weird homeopathic gynecology stuff.
Oh yeah, homeopathy,
It's like-
also known as making shit up.
Yeah, but she's like selling jade stones that
You're
ladies
supposed
put
to
in their
stick up
you
there.
know,
Gross.
woohoos for
Vagina stuff.
large Yeah, but like porous stones, which is not something you want to have in places where it can collect.
No,
Those-
because
yeah,
that means
those
it's
can
full
get
of things that
infected.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only will the porous stone likely shred your insides, but also all the pores are likely filled with stuff that can infect you.
But
So,
as a
basically,
result
don't
of this-
listen to
actors.
any actor
medical
or
survival.
celebrity that's not known for being a doctor for your
Yeah.
doctorly advice.
Who's the
'Cause they're
the
crazy.
Indian guy from the Community?
Indian guy from the community?
No.
Comedian.
Comedian. Well, I guess that's everybody. No, the
What?
Chinese surgeon turned
What?
comedian.
They said Indian.
Isn't
You changed every variable
I
of who
said
this person
comedian.
is every time you
I swear I
restated who
said
they were.
comedian. I could have said Indian. I don't know.
I heard
said
Indian guy
comedian,
from the
but-
show Community, and then you said
No, which
Chinese
is a
guy
different one.
comedian.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so confused.
Sorry. Is it Ken Jong or something? I don't remember names, but yeah, he was a surgeon well before he like.
Next, he's gonna try to be a yak.
Yeah, he was a surgeon well before he became a comedian, and so he's like the only actor I'd probably say like
Oh, so
maybe
we're done
his
with the
medical
heart?
advice is valid. Yeah, we're done with the heart. Let's get out of here.
Yay. Let's go down to the other heart.
I guess I'll get the. Where's the How'd you get up to the Vista? Go down.
Which one?
The
10
the
minutes.
Vista.
The one over
theater
here you go around.
From the south.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah. I
Wood.
kinda see it.
So this is a mimosa sapling. We can hack it up. Sometimes you get
Wow.
amber from these, which
Like, it just bleeds like orange juice and champagne.
Yeah. Drink that tree. Put it in your
Impressive.
mouth.
I want this tree in my backyard.
I've never had a mimosa. What? So mimosas, they
Orange juice and champagne, yeah.
really?
Two ingredients.
Huh.
Most alcoholic beverages are fairly uncreative. It's like, let's just stick
Just
two
take the
alcohols
booze
together.
and stick a thing on it.
Yeah, and then maybe make it colorful
Usually
and then
fruit
call it
juice.
something fancy.
I mean, they are just called mixed drinks, and to be fair, alcohol in the first place isn't really complicated already.
I had a friend who was like learning how to make moonshine and like a bunch of other stuff, and some of his experiments were awful.
He's
This is
Daredevil
where we
now.
need to go. Oh yeah, I was
well, that was a
starting to
quick
watch
climb.
The Defenders, but I only got through one episode, and it was weird.
Did you watch the other shows that lead up to it, or did you just randomly start with the Defenders?
We had seen
so-
part of
No,
Luke Cage.
we've seen most of Luke Cage. We didn't get around to seeing Iron Fist, Daredevil, or Jessica Jones.
It is functionally season 6 of a show, so it's a weird place to start.
I mean, I got a pretty good gist of the characters.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're just superheroes that punch things, and there's a bad guy. So, like, it's not that complicated, but, like, it is weird to start in season 6.
Well, I could tell that Iron Fist, had a tragic past and potentially has post-traumatic stress disorder or something, like terrible nightmares. Jessica Jones just,
Iron
like...
Fist definitely does not have PTSD.
Really? He was
No.
like, everyone was covered in blood and they were accusing him of letting them die.
That's because the
And-
season finale ended with, well, spoilers. Lots of spoilers.
Okay, well, everyone died.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Rocks fall. Everything's rocks all the time.
It's a D&D joke.
Yeah, so I should probably go see the other ones. It's just that I
Honestly,
don't know.
you're just better off watching the other ones than watching the Defenders, because they're pretty much all better than the Defenders.
Uh-huh.
The only season that's worse than Defenders is Iron Fist, which is just the worst thing that ever happened in this universe that they made. But yeah, Jessica Jones is better, Daredevil's better, Luke Cage is better. Defenders is just so disappointing.
At the very beginning, Defenders Luke Cage did a no-no that usually makes me turn off shows. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He
I
did
mean,
a
Doesn't like
no.
when people sleep with people.
Oh yeah, he has sex in the first episode. I'm like, what did Luke Cage do wrong? Horrible,
no-no.
unethical Luke Cage having sex with his girlfriend like people do.
well, it's just one of those things where, like, it was, like, really violently ruckus and stuff, and it was just like, okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I watched
Shell
the...
only
He's been
appreciates
in
the most
prison.
vanilla.
They haven't seen each other for months.
Yes, I understand that, but
You're so
Bell
bothered by like
refuses to watch anything
mildly
but the most
affectionate
vanilla
relationships
of,
on television.
It's just not usually the thing I want to see going into a new show.
That thing's
I'll
on
just put
fire.
it that
Well, it's not
way.
a new show. It's season 6 of a show.
Yeah,
Brisbane
yeah.
Wildlands is a secluded area that has
I mean,
drawn some
the thing was, I
unsavory
could understand
attentions
it
of late.
because it was
The
a
Nightmare
character
Cult
that
has
I
taken up
knew
residence in the caverns,
from the previous show,
as
so I'm like,
well as
oh
near
yeah,
our
I can
revered
see
trees
why
to the
they
north.
care for one another
If
and
you
stuff.
decide to
Where are
travel
you?
here,
At least it
we
wasn't
walk
I
through
have
the
no idea where
towers.
you guys went.
We're
some
straight south of you.
random.
I basically never went anywhere. I'm trying to find the stuff for this heart.
It's straight north. Or straight south, sorry.
It's confusing because if you even slightly walk away, it seems the heart just disappears off my corner. I'm like, I left already? What happened?
Yeah, there's a series of, like, kind of caves south of where you are. If you just
Yep.
come towards us, we're, like, smack dab in the middle of it.
And I was also talking to the scout. Here we go.
I always, like, check heart progress, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with the heart, let's see where they are, and Keith hasn't even started yet, and I'm like, oh, that's a concern.
Yeah, it's the usual.
What I also found really awkward was another woman that he had a fling with knocked on their door not long afterwards. I was like, oh hey, yeah, I need to tell you about stuff that's going on around town.
Yeah, Luke Cage has a relationship with like half the female cast.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, I've known for a long time that he's supposed to end up with Jessica Jones, right? Like, they actually get married and stuff. So,
Well, in the comics.
in the comics.
But, like,
they
that could be anything.
I mean, right now he's in a relationship with the character that doesn't exist in the comics, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Night Nurse, who is basically the Coulson of their
Well,
series.
doesn't that mean that she's going to be killed off eventually or something? Like, what are your predictions?
I mean, I can't make predictions because I've already watched Defenders.
Oh, so she does die.
I've watched every. That's not what that means.
Hey everyone,
I said I can't make
welcome to
predictions.
the Defenders spoiler
That's
cast.
that's
part
me
2.
refusing to answer your question, which is not an answer,
Okay.
and it's not a refusal to answer a question that implies one way or the other. It's literally just I will refuse to answer the question. Period. I'm not revealing anything about anyone's fate aside from that Luke Cage has sex.
I can confirm Luke Cage has sex repeatedly.
Guys.
He falls for Jessica Jones during Jessica Jones's show because he's in her show before he has his own show, but then she's not in his show at all.
So
So
was
then
his
things
show happening
move.
before her show?
No, after. His show is actually a direct sequel, kind of.
Yeah.
Wait,
At least
so
for
then
him.
everything just was glossed over and he didn't even think about her?
No, stuff happens in her show.
Oh, okay.
You should really just watch the shows instead of trying to figure
Okay.
out, untangle the complicated web of all the relationships that happen over the course of them. Like, they're on Netflix. They're all there. You can just watch them.
Yeah, I know.
I'll admit that's part of the reason why I like the,
You just,
the...
it's just that
Oh,
now,
boss.
it's just that now because you weren't keeping track of it while it was coming out, you now have to go back and like look up a spreadsheet that tells you what order they happened in. Otherwise, stuff could be sequence breaking and confusing. Well, that's really
Actually, boss? Oh, yeah. So it is.
It goes Daredevil Season 1, Jessica Jones, Daredevil Season 2, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders. Basically
These
it's like
these
the
events
exact
do not
Avengers
last.
model of them being like, Iron Fist won. Okay, that worked out. Everyone gets another season, including Iron Fist. I'm sorry, Iron Man.
Wait, did I finish the heart? Oh, yeah, there are 2 hearts. Did I finish the heart
What?
in this
No,
section?
there's no other heart in this area. It's just this one.
Oh, then I must have finished it. Oh, I see. It's pointing me to the very, very distant heart.
Yeah,
The Distant
because it
Heart.
wants us to go elsewhere.
The distant heart.
But we have to wait for Keith.
Nah. I'm not gonna be all broken up about it anymore. You're just gonna constantly feel the results of how much you rush every game we ever play, and I'm just gonna
not
casually play. Because scrambling to keep up last session was not fun, so I'm just gonna play casually and talk.
I think part of it is also, like, I've got that baseline efficiency where, I've literally done every single zone in the game up until
yeah,
we hit
but also every
expansion
time we play
content.
any game, you never stop. You are
It's
so like pointlessly fast.
Just efficiency, I don't know. I'm not as bad as some people, but, like, When I play these games, I almost like get the
It's
baseline.
just I'm gonna take a break and look at stuff and look at my inventory and check out skills here and there and.
Yeah,
Because like so
I
far
have
I've
to look
been
at
not
skills.
able to play
I'm
the
just
game,
not
and every
touching it.
all the comments are basically just water's going way too fast, and you don't even know what the game is or how to play it yet,
Yep.
or where you're
Yeah.
going or what to
Also,
do, and
there's
so
some
on.
pretty stuff around here.
And like I never look
Like,
at my
if you just-
inventory because I'm terrified of falling behind more because I'm thinking like a stream of hundreds of people's waiting for me to get off my ass.
I mean, it seems like the novelty is worn off to some degree. We do have a sizable horde, but it's not as like aggressive as it was. That like first night. That first
Has
night
he been
was
able to tag enough
nonsense.
creatures? Or, oh, is he just entering?
No,
There he is.
Pete's done with a heart, so we can actually leave now.
Okay.
Oh god, Jessica's chat says they watch Jessica Jones and skip the Defenders. That is not a good idea. On one hand, Jessica Jones is the most irrelevant to all of the seasons to setting up the Defenders, but on the other hand, skipping the Defenders is just pointless because it's the worst season. You're skipping
Even
good
worse
seasons
than
to
Iron
get to a
Fist?
bad. You're skipping good seasons to get to a bad season. Well, people should just not watch Iron Fist unless they're dead set on watching Defenders, because
Well, I mean, that's one
unfortunately,
reason.
Iron Fist is so focused on setting up Defenders that it doesn't even have. It barely has time for its own story sometimes.
That sucks.
Well, I could figure it was dealing with the hand.
Yeah. There was a glorious 3.5 seasons where we had never even heard of the hand before, and it was nice. But then at some point, all these shows were like, we're gonna set up the hand, so now let's inject the hand into other storylines, and like everyone has to deal with the hand
Inject the
individually.
hand?
Inject the hand. And
Like
the hand is
the
so
most
boring.
clinical term for fisting
I mean,
I've
the
ever
other thing
heard.
too is all that I've gleaned from Sigourney Weaver's role in this is she has fatal cancer, possibly, and there's like an old lady that she speaks with who somehow relays her orders to them. What? What are you laughing
Let's-
about?
Can we not spoiler cast Defenders? Because
just
Keith's already
really-
done that.
I'm just
Sorry.
You
I
should
also
really
I did
go watch
literally
the
do
show.
I made a spoiler cast of it already. I'm just really amused by you calling Madame Gao some random old lady. I'm like,
To the
she's
north, you can see
like the
Mount
primary
Washington.
antagonist for like
There,
2
the
seasons
spread
prior.
equals
She
That was-
just seems so
she's
absent-minded and
so
deferent.
prevalent that it was really funny.
Well, so going into it, having never seen her before, she just looked like some kind of woman who was taking Sigourney Weaver's character's orders, and like, I mean, she gave her a package of pigeon feed and is like, here, feed the rest of the pigeons. You know what I mean?
Like Sigourney Weaver just showed up because she was an expensive actor and everything, but Madame Gao, the woman next to her, like
She had to feed the
She's
pigeons.
been around for a long time, so it's like she's not just some random person.
Yes, but she was
She's had as
given
much
a
screen time as
package-
most of the Defenders.
Yes, but she had to feed the pigeons.
Your fixation.
I mean, just the whole setup for that scene, it's just like, she's like, okay, well, the plan is going well. Sigourney Weaver's like, no, we have to do this. And she's like, but, oh. And then she's like, I'm gonna leave now. Oh, also, feed the pigeons.
You're so fixated on this one scene.
Well, it's supposed to set up the relationship between the characters, and all I saw was that.
I mean, it is setting up the relationship between the characters. Mm-hmm. Because Madame
when
Gao
you-
has been a primary antagonist for multiple seasons, and then there's Sigourney Weaver just shows up, and it's like, by the way, Madame Gao works for this character.
Right. So that's why I would never have known that Madame Gao is supposed to be some
Guys,
Because
notorious
you're
villain.
serious. Season 6.
Can we seriously move this stuff to like podcast? Because I've never seen the Defenders, and we've been going for 20 minutes. And
I've only seen one episode
I'm not
of
trying
it.
to talk
Yeah,
about
that's
it,
why
but
I'm
she
saying,
keeps
it's
asking
like-
questions.
yeah, Shell.
It was the pigeons.
Self-control.
And then
No,
you're
it's
like,
not,
and then
it's
you're
not
like,
the
please stop, and she
pigeons.
just powers through and ignores you.
He doesn't care.
Sorry.
I just
don't
want to
even
point
know
out
what we're doing at
we
this
get
point.
so much shit in every series we ever make for talking over Shell or not responding immediately to Shell, but like she powers through everything we say so often and gets no flack for it ever.
Well, it's because she doesn't actually put these series on her channel, so nobody can give her flack on her videos. for powering over us.
The comments white knighting have always been fascinating in this
The
situation.
other thing too is, I mean, you cannot deny that pigeons.
No, I can't deny.
Holy
Shut
shit,
up about the
she's
goddamn
really
pigeons.
going back to it.
I don't want to talk about pigeons. I'm gonna just start going ah.
They're so cute.
Whenever I hear the word pigeon now for the rest of
Also,
this series,
the symbolism,
it's just
all the
going to
pigeons
be,
were white
I'm just gonna
pigeons.
start making horrible noises.
Pigeon bot.
Yeah, hey everyone,
Clearly,
pigeon bot
we
here.
need to play Hatoful Boyfriend, guys.
Hey, everyone.
We need to play they don't make noises like that.
I don't care.
They do now, apparently. Gonna have to get used to that now.
I'm going to Grave of Manlore pigeons to be horror.
Just like cows,
Yeah.
already
Oh,
like
crap, I spelled an accident.
excrete
Whoops.
fire out of their butts.
Or did I?
Yes, well, they're so wide. Who knows?
I am currently
actually, like, a really
manually
nice
sorting
gathering
an
spot up
inventory
there.
because this
Watch-
inventory is a nightmare.
I'm pretty sure in Wander's D&D universe,
did
pigeons
you-
would acquire like acid rain status.
No, they just don't exist.
Oh, they don't
They
exist?
just die.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to sell those?
So, did you order, like, how many bags do you have, Keith? And like,
Ooh,
what
there's
size
a
are
lot
they?
of food up
8, 14, 18. That's the starter
Okay.
one, huh? Oh, that's 20. There, whoops, I was reading the left. 8, 10, 20, 20.
here. The Grawl had a spinach patch.
Yep. Cave trolls.
Oh, cave trolls, sorry.
Not the same thing.
They look similar,
sell them
Quite
unfortunately.
the
either?
same.
Oh, that's an upgrade. Shit.
Let's see.
Oh. Do you know a good prefix for my character? Because this game has way too many prefixes when you're choosing the trait of
Oh,
an
your
item.
title?
Yeah.
Oh, prefix. So if
Shamans
you're
and
just going to be a
berserkers and
necromancer,
whatnot.
look for things that boost your power
No,
and
I'm,
your condition damage.
no, I'm asking if you have one memorized. That's good because
Ravaging.
I have to look through all of them one by one.
Ravaging is good. Berserkers.
Oh, Ravaging's
just-
not here. Berserkers is here.
Yep.
Power, precision, and ferocity.
Yeah.
What do those three stats do?
Ferocity is crit damage. Power is just damage, and precision is 2 hit. And might also be crit rate. I don't know if they've changed it.
Some furniture, maybe a fight.
Also, we're nowhere near a heart. Are we just doing the events?
Well, Keith is managing inventory, so I figured I'd do other things while we wait.
Okay.
It's
But
this inventory does not
everybody-
feel like it's in a game that's been out for years.
If everybody turns in their cavern scutter energies, the mission will probably end. I'm just going to assume everybody has that. I'm going to go off and do another event while we wait.
Seems weird to specialize in critting as a necromancer.
Oh, we're sort of going off into some Asuran
Can,
territory.
can AoE damage over time spells even crit in the first place?
Wait, you guys are all the way out in the field?
I'll just take your word for
Everyone's here with me then.
it. I'll be
Yeah.
here for the rest of my life, looking at one item, let alone all the other ones I have.
I will actually just throw those away. I'm like, this isn't worth looking at.
So one
Oh,
of you was
Jesus.
by a shield, and the other one of you, is doing inventory?
Keith is
I just need
in
more
town.
space to even
and-
look through these things. I can't even like separate them visually from each other, so I can just.
And I'm,
Oh, you're
put
doing the
them together.
Largos thing, aren't you?
yeah, you almost killed the last one, and we just barely made it in time.
How is there an MMO that's been out for
Oh,
years that
I
doesn't let you
missed
sort
it.
items? Alright, so this scepter's not good.
There we go. Multiple events.
What's down here?
Clams. Clams.
You don't even like eating clams.
No, I actually rather like eating clams. I hate the smell of clam.
Here's a
Makes me
weird
sick.
Here's a weird problem. If you double click on your salvage kit and highlight items, all of their stats start coming up as green as if they're better than your current stuff.
Oh. Ooh.
Which means that you can't like just hover around and then salvage stuff on the go. You have to manually deselect the salvage kit between every item so you can actually see whether they're green or red, because they always show up as green when you salvage. So every item looks better than your current gear until you unclick the salvage gear for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Yes, well, they're Silvari.
I couldn't sell you or anything, right? Oh no, I can. You're the better item.
I actually prefer mussels over clams. Keith, do you like seafood?
No.
You don't? Huh.
Pretty much the only context I have seafood in really ever is sushi.
Oh. Well, do you like sushi then? Or no?
I just said that I have sushi, and you're like, "Do you like sushi?" I just.
Well, what particular like meat?
Do you
is what I'm
intentionally
getting at.
force
Sushi
yourself to
that
have
you
sushi
consume.
while not liking it?
No, like I was just wondering which meat you prefer when it comes to sushi.
I'm not really choosy with sushi.
'Cause,
Relatively
I mean,
rare to begin with. And not sell
there's-
this either.
Raw tuna, there's raw
Something
salmon,
about-
there's
I like how
eel.
I'm like, I don't really have a strong opinion. You're like, I'm just going to list every possible option. As if that's going to change your
Again,
answer.
Shell doesn't actually care what you have to say as long as it segues into what she says next.
Well, no, but I like to have interesting conversations. I just
But you also don't
there's
understand
just
that not everybody,
non-answers. There's such thing as
everybody doesn't always have an answer to every question. You'll ask me like tech support problems, and I'll just be like, I don't know, and you're like, but what if? And I'm like, I really don't know. And then it keeps going. Or like my mother, I'll have a conversation with my mother, and Shell's like, hey, what did your mother say? And I'm like, mostly we talked about the weather and my racist grandma. And she's like, well, but was there anything else? And then like, no. And then an hour later, she's like, what else did you talk with your mother about? And I'm like, my racist grandmother.
That's the whole story. It's over now.
Yeah, I was not aware of how racist she was until recently, and now I know she's quite racist.
well, the problem is Wander isn't very
Discovering
attentive.
your grandparents
and
are
Gloss is
discovering that your grandparents are really racist is a fascinating experience.
It is. It's kind of uncomfortable, because, like, effectively, if my grandmother is going to be super racist about stuff, that almost automatically guarantees that, like, a lot of the rest of my extended family is going to be kind of racist. By the way, if you want to come north, we're working on a heart up here, Keith.
Oh, yeah, why are we working on this event at the heart? Or actually, we are working on the heart.
Yeah, this is a heart. But, so my grandmother's kind of a matriarch, so she's
That's a
very
ring.
much like, she's very much like,
How do you use upgrade slots?
I
You
wouldn't
apply
even-
the item,
yeah.
clicking on it.
I wouldn't spend too much time thinking about it. A lot of this stuff
Usually you
really
replace
doesn't
your-
matter until later.
Here, very
shit.
easily.
What the hell? There we go. What? Screw it. Not worth it. It's like double click to apply to an armor, and I'm like, okay, I'll try putting in this thing, and it's like,
I
it
just, sell
just
that
doesn't
stuff.
respond to me. Like it just the clicking doesn't do anything. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I
what's
really
wrong?
would say, considering how fast we're going to be leveling and cycling through gear, don't really spend too much time managing. It's actually better to just make money right now.
No, I'm just in the process of literally just like, just trying to find like, just lining up like 3 pairs of pants and then seeing which one currently has the best stats, and then clicking on it, and that's the entire process. But there's no sorting option, so I have to manually sort my inventory over and over again to figure out what to sell and what to keep. And I don't know at a glance what item slot half the items even are. Like I flat out didn't have most of my like all the stuff on the right side of your hero screen was empty for me. 'Cause I didn't even know what to put there or that you could equip stuff there. Like that's how
Fair
we've
enough.
been moving so fast. I didn't know about rings and amulets and things until like just now. I'm trying to do basic gameplay and upkeep of my character.
Del, where are you going?
I'm still trying to finish the heart. I don't want to keep doing oozes. I was trying to look for more,
So were you just fighting
Cameras.
the oozes? Because the way you really boost this heart up is actually by turning in the
well, I was turning them in, but it didn't seem to be giving as much credit as I thought there should be.
I find just turning in the balls of ooze really finishes this one rather quickly.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I kept putting them in there and nothing was really happening.
Unfortunately, I don't want to go too far because Keith hasn't even started this one up until now.
I had the fun experience where my grandparents were on like uneven levels of racism about something that was really funny.
Oh.
Where my grandfather was just telling this nice story where they were at a restaurant and somebody they finished their meal and there was like some nice people they were talking to. They were sitting near them and stuff. I think it was at like a.
Used to be a secure,
I think it was at one of those like restaurants where it's like a Japanese restaurant where you hang out and like they make a show about it, so everyone's kind of sitting around this one circular bar and everything while they're like the Benihana's type places.
Well, is it hibachi then?
So it's like kind of shared seating and everything like that. And it's like there was just some nice people there, and they ended up paying for their meal at the end because it was Veterans Day, and my grandfather was a veteran. And then my grandfather finishes this nice story about these people that paid for their meal on Veterans Day and stuff like that, and then my grandmother leans in and she's like, and the nice part was that they were African American, and everyone just loses it at the table because this is like Thanksgiving dinner. And everyone just can't stop laughing because she has no idea what she just did or like how funny that was. But it's like she's just like she had to add how great it was that African Americans can also be nice on Veterans Day. And it's like we were like, what is happening? Oh no, you're so old and you'll never understand. But even my grandfather was like, yes, I was specifically not including that in the story because it's not a distinguishing feature that you just bring up randomly.
Keith, you should come over here and sit at the communal boost bonfire for a moment.
Communal bonfire.
This is cool. Yeah, so it increases EXP by 50% for an hour.
Nice.
Which is that's not insubstantial.
That's a lot.
Yeah. People were actually itemizing why I level faster than you. And there was like a lot of stuff I hadn't even like taken into account.
Like
I'm pretty consistent about making sure I have that food buff. Whereas I assume you guys kind of...
I make sure I eat some
food.
food.
If I try to search my inventory, I just get left behind.
True. But also
ooze
like...
samples?
Let's see. So these toxic oozes will drop balls of ooze. Most of us probably don't need them anymore. Is it a water quest or a not water?
Oh, it's not a water quest.
It's not water. Let's see. But
here we go.
Yep. So just grab the balls of ooze and then turn them into the ooze processors. They'll get you the most amount of heart progress. Generally, killing stuff for heart is the easiest, but sometimes the slowest. But at least you don't have to think, which is kind of nice.
And the processor, is that the fire, or no?
No, but it's next to the
here
fire.
they are.
Yeah, there they are. Actually, come to think of it, people watching me, let's... I'm just gonna start piling balls of ooze directly next to them, and you can just,
I'd be surprised if they weren't instanced.
They are not instanced. You can compete for them.
Oh, group event, destroy the malfunctioning golem.
I'm just gonna... Oops, and I just threw that one away. Whoopsie. Oh, wait, no. I didn't throw it away. I pressed 1 instead of drop, and my character made like a flinging animation. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, if you don't need them, just stack them next to the processor, and that'll get Keith through this one quicker.
There's something paradoxical about using a bunch of plague and poison AoE spells against like an ooze monster.
Yeah.
I'm just too poisony for them. It's like when Scott Pilgrim fights the bass player. Like they're fighting using the same thing at each other.
Alright, Keith, there's like a whole mess of ooze back there. You should get your ooze on.
It took me surprisingly long to get a single one by hand because I think people don't recognize me in the crowd, so I kill stuff and then they just take the ball away, and I'm like, no, I was trying to get that. And then they just bring it here and put it in the pile. I'm like, I was right there.
Have I sent you any of those, like, garishly pink dyes or anything like that?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I got a lot
because
of
we should get you like garishly pink or something to make this easier.
Just turn the lights off and I'm already there.
Oh, my guild. No, guild hasn't maxed out.
Oh, the ball went away. Weird.
Ah.
Might and glory.
Are we all
We're
out?
gonna do a jumping puzzle tonight. We should. I'll look up.
What are you looking up in particular?
I was gonna say, I should look up jumping puzzles and mini dungeons because apparently each zone has like a mini dungeon.
No,
Which is
I don't know if I've
actually
ever done a
kinda
dungeon
cool.
in this game.
So there are dungeons and mini dungeons. Mini dungeons are like mad easy. Are you done?
No.
You're almost there. One more slime. So mini dungeons are just like kind of a short little non-instanced area. It's just time gated usually, and it has like a reward
There
chest
we
at
go.
the end. And actual dungeons are things that we'll have to do at a later date. Okay, so there is a puzzle in here. Cool. Yeah, I will. For people hanging out with us, we will absolutely do a jumping puzzle tonight if we make it over there. If not, then
We're all set.
it'll be before we leave this area for sure.
Swarm them.
I got
Okay.
3 new skills. Oh, I just jumped in the water.
That's underwater ones.
And when you jump in the water, it's like, you learned new skills. I'm like, no, what? I didn't level.
How do we get up in here?
What am I doing on...
Are you looking for the vista? You pretty much have to crawl up this side over here.
Yeah. Well, do you, or do you just pop out a window?
I forgot. What
I
level do I have
crawled
to be
up the
again? Shit.
Oh, yeah, you do have to.
Do you remember what
crawl up
level
the
elite
side.
skills were again?
Oh, it's right here. Oh, elite skills are 30.
Yeah,
30.
30, 35.
That'll be a little while.
But this vista is mad easy. Unless you've gone much further than us, which is entirely possible.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
he's
rampaging
all
golem
the way
near
up by
here.
He's all the way up by the bridge.
Oh, Keith is the one off the rails. I should probably go help.
It's just the closest heart.
It's true. Did you already get the vista then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just,
Okay.
there wasn't even like a puzzle to get to it. It was just like sitting there.
I just want to make sure that like we're not leaving you behind too much, because I'd rather be mildly ahead of you than like truly leaving you behind, or actually behind you.
I was gonna say
Whatever.
like a second ago, like, wait a minute,
no,
you're
no.
about to say a sentence where all of the options involve you being ahead.
Well, like with the slime thing, I was ahead of you, but like who cared? Because I was just hanging out and not like doing too much.
Yep, so fighting the Inquest is all down there.
Might and glory.
Whoa!
I guess the event's pretty far north.
I got distracted with another
Popped up
event
locally,
closer to
but
the
it's not
waypoint.
actually nearby.
To repair stuff? Oh, I see. Hog repairs. We just help. There we go.
Yep, so this is the... It's sort of... Do the Asura funnel into the zone as
Yeah,
well?
the Asura and the
Sylvari.
Asura and the Sylvari all kind of funnel into the exact same zone. I think they're actually the only ones that have like a combined area.
Look at the
'cause
tiny
the humans
baby
have-
gnomes.
The humans have the Kessex foothills.
You mean the Asura are gnomes to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
They sort of have long,
They're way more interesting.
wag,
though.
wobbly ears. What else?
I mean, they're
What
most
other-
similar to the tiny people in Final Fantasy XI, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Honestly, they all look like Dobby.
Yeah. No, they
Except without
definitely.
the pointed nose, they have like flatter faces.
Yeah,
and
but they've got
larger
the
eyes.
like ridiculously like misshapen, creepy faces and so on and so forth.
Who's a creepy little fuck? Yes, you are.
Oh, they probably wouldn't like to hear that though. They're supposed
Whose
to be the
face looks
technical.
like the back of a foot?
I say that whenever I see a pug.
A pug.
Oh, poor pugs. We made them for some reason. They could have been
Seriously,
normal
whenever-
dogs, but we ruined that by making them
Yeah,
pugs.
whenever I see one of those, like, actually, like, evolutionarily backwards dogs, I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Humans, why?
Yeah. There's just nothing.
Probably some
there's
shitty
nothing.
British royalty or something that made that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that heart's done. I think that...
I still have a little bit more to go. Maybe destroying more power
Is that scout in
generators.
the next zone, or is there just... No, I
This
think...
area is fairly large.
Wait, maybe you can go past this mountain. Maybe not through here, but... somewhere.
Long-ass mission down here.
Shilastra.
Yep, just destroying more inquests. Yeah, it's funny because the Asura are practically the most arrogant and self,
I love their animations, though. They do, like, cool flips
oh yeah,
and
they
shit.
do. They do flips through the air, and they're quirky.
Did they
and
unleash Asura's wrath? Or... They do not match the physique I expect from my previous exposure to the name Ashura.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
Asura are just like gods, though, aren't they?
A god, yeah.
There's a video game called Asura's Wrath that's basically just Dragon Ball Z.
There's an interesting amount of, like, games on PS3 that I've heard the name of so many times. I have no idea what, like, what they even look like or what they are. Asura's Wrath is one of them. For Wild Killer is Dead.
Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Ashura's Wrath is a lot like David Cage games, where it's like non-stop quick time events for the entire story, but you're playing like a shoujo anime where people stab planets with swords and stuff like that.
What?
That
So-
actually sounds kind of cool.
So it has the
Stab
most
planets?
ridiculous, like overhyped, ridiculous quick time events, and like they'll hype them up by having the same prompt get really big sometimes, or like it'll have like 10 of the same prompt all over the screen, even though you have to press the button once, because it's like a hyped moment of like, oh my god, B for birds, and stuff like that, and it's so hyped. It's so ridiculously unabashedly like anime ridiculousness, and it's you just buy into stupid scenarios that are way too hyped up while you're just pressing quick time events. It was a
Huh,
fun,
do we have to help
stupid
the
time.
script?
But if you want the real endings, you have to buy like 3 DLC packs, which is really stupid.
Yeah, there's Skritzberg in here.
I think it was a Capcom game, or at least one of the expansions has Ryu in it.
Street Fighter Ryu, I
Yeah.
assume, as opposed to, okay. Because there's a
There's
surprisingly
a straight
large
up like
number of Ryus.
Ashura versus Ryu mission pack.
I wonder how many, I'm just thinking about it, you know, the name Ryu, because isn't Ryu also the Ninja Gaiden main character?
Ryu Hayabusa, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious how many, because, like, when I'm thinking, well, I guess I'm just trying to think of, like, Western games that have, like, kind of the same name problem.
What, where two people
And-
just happen to have the same name?
Yeah, because...
I mean, there's a lot of white guy protagonists throughout all the video games with a lot of repeating names.
yeah, no, that's
They're just
true.
really boring, because they're all like, oh, I'm Nathan Drake.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nathan Drake's not a terrible name, just because, I mean, it fits the whole Francis Drake thing.
You
And,
probably would see a lot more Chris's.
I mean, really, it's the
Oh,
Drake
there's
part
gotta
that's
be a
kind
lot of
an
Chris's.
okay name.
The problem is they don't stand
Yeah.
out as memorable names, so like we'll never remember them as being a series of characters that have the
That's
same
true.
names.
For some reason, I'm
Like,
just
yeah,
thinking of
I
Resident
remember all the characters named Ritter. Like, okay. Oh, I'm supposed to search junk piles. Whoops.
Oh, they love using Ryu because it means dragon. Go figure.
Well, yeah,
And what, Goku
You-
means like rice or something?
I think so.
Oh, there's blast in the way. There we go.
I didn't even
search
think
junk
about that.
piles with us.
I was trying to get the Vista down there, but it looks like we have to like go up and around, or I don't know specifically how.
Then you have the question of whether or not Rio is the same name or not.
Oh, it's not in the same vein, but did you see the Shenmue first teaser?
Oh yeah, that's also a character named Rio. I was thinking of the fighting game character named Rio from like King of Fighters. I think there's a Rio.
Did you see the teaser for it? Or
no.
Nah?
I don't care about Shenmue 3 because I never finished Shenmue 1 or ever acquired a copy of Shenmue 2.
So, I'm just only paying attention because it's like this kind of weird novelty, but specifically from what I've seen, Shenmue 3, they did that like that thing where they don't want to like deviate from the art style, so they just more or less remade the exact same aesthetic for all of the characters with modern platforms.
This is a different heart over here.
I mean, they probably didn't have a choice just because they had a tiny budget.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone's like, wow, it's like the biggest Kickstarter ever. It's like, yeah, but it's for a 3D action adventure game, so like it's gonna look like shit. Like at best.
Imagine the Shenmue 1 models though.
Yeah.
In 1080p with like proper like human-looking skin, but still the same like freaky large eyes.
I barely
and
have
shit.
to imagine what Dreamcast games look like on modern platforms because Sonic Adventure's on PC.
But like, if they had remade, well, I guess the
Like,
easy example would be the princess.
It's a different heart.
The princess from Sonic 06. And her, like, freaky face. Anyway, when you get the chance, you should take a look at...
She wasn't that freaky. It was mostly that she was interacting with Sonic, which made it really weird. Like, all the time.
Was interacting with Sonic?
So there was
a human
effectively, like,
princess
a weird
that was a
Princess
love interest.
Peach. Yeah, there was a Princess
that
Peach
game.
analog.
It wasn't even Princess Peach, because Princess Peach has, like, cartoon proportions, so you can buy into it a little bit, but, like,
yeah, true.
Sonic is a crazy
this was just
cartoon
kind of
character.
anime princess.
Yeah, Sonic's a crazy cartoon character. There's another heart over here. I need to stop going further in this cave. Damn.
I think people talked about that game saying it was like some Mary Sue...
It was atrocious, across the board.
I don't think Mary Sue applies.
Well, I mean, the writers of the
Light
game...
torches draw pests.
Sort of must have had some
Protect
kind
the
of
script.
weird self-insert. Oh, look, let's make a female character that he can interact with that might provide some kind of crush material. I don't know.
Like a
Nothing
waypoint
about
back here?
Sonic 06 was
I just walked through like a
good.
whole heart zone and found like no things that would actually help with the heart part. It was just totally unclear to me what I could interact with.
Which heart are you doing?
I wandered over to the next one. I just wanted a little further because there was a waypoint over here, but like
Yay,
I
got
walked
this
through the
one.
one that was like, oh, which one was it? Something about like helping the Skrit and dealing with bugs or something, but there was just nothing in the area because maybe somebody else just blew through it or something.
Actually, where are you, Wanda? I see a lot of guildmates around here. There you are. You're on the opposite side.
Yeah, we were busy with a really long event at the start of the zone from the Asura side.
Destroy faulty
And
turrets.
so I'm
protect
like
the Skrit.
way behind everybody. But
I
that's
don't see
okay.
any of these objectives.
If you're not, world disappeared for a second. If you're
that's
not
too
the,
far.
I really wish you would tell me your like progress on the heart that I'm currently at, instead of the heart that you're at.
I'm going around here. I'm trying to find anything to interact with that could be for the quest, and I'm just not.
Wonder
Weird.
if the... Oh wow,
I mean, I could
the
just kill more
vista's
grubs,
that
I
way?
guess.
Yeah. Are you going for the vista at the south section of the cave?
Well, right here. I want to go for this vista, but...
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird trek to get over to this one. It's cool though.
Yeah, Sonic's always been really uncomfortable whenever they make the mistake of mixing Sonic the Hedgehog with, like, real-life worlds that are
Humans?
totally normal
Yeah.
looking. Which is kind of the weird thing about the
There it
new
is.
Mario game, is it's like, why are you making it look normal? Oh no.
Yeah. I
'Cause-
am actually super on the wall. The gameplay looks really fun. The, like, become whatever you chuck the hat onto. Sounds like it'll be a blast. But the actual, like, world is super concerning to me.
And if I go back here, I'm in the other zone. I guess I'll just do
Here.
this heart because I can't find anything for that heart.
Okay,
search
so the one
junk
that
piles.
I'm currently at.
If you keep
yeah.
killing Skelk, you should be able
Yeah, if you
to-
hop down into the pit, the Skelk in like the watery area are crazy progress.
Well, I was just on the other heart and I couldn't find its objectives anywhere.
I'll help you with that.
I think you were supposed to get glowworm.
Yeah,
collect
that
grub
one's a
meat, light
bit of a pain in the
torches.
butt because
The problem
it's,
is that
it's
there's
so
like
vertical.
3 glub meat. There's like 3 grubs in the entire area as far as I could find. And
Ooh.
then I couldn't find any of the other objectives anywhere. Period.
Well, I see torches, but it seems like they're already lit as opposed to needing to be lit. So maybe the instancing is just really bad.
It's really weird, yeah.
Yeah, for the glowworm one, it's super vertical. There's like a Scrit town specifically. Oh, yeah, Shell's already there.
Yeah, I'm here. Just
Okay.
trying to figure it out myself.
What's up with this guy?
Mushrooms.
Here we go.
Oh, hi?
Chat's bringing up Pauline, but Pauline is not similar to the Sonic 06. Because Pauline, for Mario, is another cartoon character.
Yeah.
She has like big cartoon eyes, and she's cel-shaded and low detail, and also Mario's a human, by the way.
Are we talking-
So it's not that weird that he's in a relationship with people. But like it's weird in Sonic 06 because there's because you have weird cartoon Sonic that is completely unacceptable as a living creature, except in cartoon worlds. You can't accept him as being a thing that exists in real life that's shaped like that. But then they put him in real life cities with real life shaped people, and it's like that. No, you can't do that.
I found something pretty.
Now it's all broken and wrong. Now it immediately becomes like all those like 80s cartoons, like where they would cross live action with cartoons, like Roger Rabbit. Except
Yeah.
no one's acknowledging it because no one's like, oh yeah, toons and real people exist together. It's like no, like Sonic wants you just to act like those two things belong together when they don't.
Roger Rabbit was like actually really good.
I tried watching it the
Heading
other
to the
night,
Vista.
and I did not like the Roger
You have
Rabbit
to go
character.
up the stairs. It's not something you jump to. It's actually you just walk.
Oh, there's just a walkway over there.
Yeah, there should just be a series of platforms that you walk to.
Also, I found it really weird in Roger Rabbit how they were trying to make the whole affair like sort of PG by being like, oh no, Jessica played patty cake with the guy. That's
What's
the
in there?
worst offense ever.
He played
And it's
patty
like-
cake with her hips.
But the funny thing was, like, the incriminating pictures he took was just literally them playing patty cake with their hands, and it's like, okay. But I suppose that's just like, I don't know, a form of intimacy between cartoon characters.
Like that's the most like R-rated thing that cartoon characters could ever do.
I don't know how you guys had so much trouble with these grubs. There's billions of them.
There was not.
There are so many.
I ran up and down the zone like 3 times. There was 3 grubs total and no torches, no interactive objects, and I was holding the like highlight things button and
There's a
just
lot
nothing.
of grubs now.
Yeah, we are just slaying our way through all of the grubs.
Now, do we hand the meat into someone? Probably where the heart's situated, right?
The what? The grub meat? Yeah.
Yeah.
You hand them into the. That's why this one takes forever. Also, here's the torches.
Yep.
There we
I'd
go.
Seen a couple torches. Where is the guy though?
All
Is he
damage
up in
incoming. Oh.
here or around or?
I don't actually know where the heart is. I don't know. He might almost be outside.
Ah, the bats don't like the.
Well, go figure.
They don't like the light.
They don't like you.
Oh, you guys might be in a totally different zone for it than I was.
Yeah, you just found the wrong like section of tunnel.
Yeah, but it gives you the quest there too, which is just a weird choice.
There's some sulfur ore.
Yep, there's a ton of grubs.
Yep. Let's see. I don't think we need the grub meat at this point.
Yeah, it's a shame because then we're just gonna have to throw them out. I
Yeah,
don't
it'd be
think
nice
they're
if you
worth
could turn them in
anything.
for like a monetary reward, but this game's kind of afraid of like making any kind of exploits. So, I guess Keith, you probably weren't playing when the like massive ban, like wave of bans went through.
For
right?
what? Which game we're talking about?
This game.
Oh, no, I've never heard of what you're talking about.
Rather early on in this game's lifespan, they banned like thousands of people.
I mean, I was here when the
because-
game came out.
Because there was an exploit that people had found out that you could buy certain things with karma, I think, was it? Or no,
Okay.
you could buy Norn equipment for like ultra cheap and then resell it for like tons and tons of money. Like buy it for a couple of silver and then sell it for a couple of gold. And it was this like really excessive like exploit that everybody had abused.
I found it really
So
weird that
people got banned for using a basic game mechanic that existed in the game.
Yeah, so it was
That
kind of
sounds
one of those
like
where
a
like,
not entirely reasonable punishment.
yeah, this is like within the first week or so of
They're
the
not
game.
like item duping; it's just in the game.
Yeah, but like effectively they had duped it not duped it, but they had abused the mechanics so much that like people were sitting on tens of thousands of gold, if I remember right, and it was super controversial.
I feel like at that point, you're better off just resetting people's money or something than banning them from the game they paid
Yeah.
for using a mechanic that exists in the game. Like, using weird loopholes that exist in a game is a pretty basic thing that people do in every video game, if it just exists.
Yeah, because what would have happened if, like, they found out that Wander had bought, what, 2 character slots early on in the game?
Well, no,
And
I
he was-
bought a character slot and it gave me. Wait, no, I bought 2 character slots and it gave me 2 extra. Which, I mean, that's a bug in their system. That's not me immediate. I think their logic for banning these people was these were the people that specifically like realized like, hey, this is an exploit that shouldn't be in the game. Let's milk this for all it's worth before they close it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. From like an MMO's perspective, I do think resetting the money would probably have been the most fair thing to do. But I can kind of see
Like,
the
people
logic
aren't,
of like,
they're not actively hacking the game or anything, and they paid the full price for it, and they're using the mechanics that exist in the game. Like, at some point, that's just too much of a punishment. It's like how at one point there was a specific path that you could take on a specific day and let it die when it would like cycle through a specific layout where you could and you could end up actually skipping what is one of the hardest bosses in the game, which is like not one of the like every 10 floor type bosses, but like just an option. It's like one of those bosses where it's a reoccurring type of the ones you see normally. But it's like a super difficult one that's infamous for being like just a playthrough ender. And there was
where are you
specific
guys?
there was a specific
You
layout
guys
that
are still in the
let you
tunnels.
pass
I'm
him and beat
outside
him.
because I'm just
I'm
waiting.
actively trying to wait for people so we can travel as a group, and then like you go on ahead, and then Keith goes elsewhere, and I'm just.
Well, we're a
Well,
little
I'm just
trapped.
wondering-
No one knows how to. It's hard to figure
Are
out
we
how to even
going north?
navigate this place.
Okay, you guys want to just come to me? I'm right next to a waypoint. We'll head north.
I
I'll
came to
try
you.
to-
I'm right in front of you.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to the giant glowing hero point.
There's a hero point
Yep.
there.
I'm trying to get there. It's not where I am, or I'd be there already. But I get very confused in this layout, which is part of why I was doing the quest really poorly for a while.
Oh, you're trying to make it to the Vista.
No, it's a hero point.
I don't see a single hero point inside
Gotta
this
talk to
area.
them scouts. Let's see, is it above me or below me, or how do you tell?
I keep seeing
Below.
the icon for the energy
Oh,
beam.
nope, I don't want to fall down here. Oh, am I stuck?
No,
Can I go back up this way?
you can drop back down. Did you
Yeah,
get
but I
the
don't wanna
waypoint nearby?
I don't want to make negative progress. Damn it. Alright.
Yeah, I don't see the hero points either, unless, yeah, talking to the scout would help.
Yeah,
I've got a
unless-
giant glowing hero point just north of us.
Oh,
Very prevalent.
like
What?
further north of us. Do you have the Hillstead waypoint?
Tunnels waypoint. Yeah, I feel
'Cause, yeah.
dead.
Okay, head for the Hillstead waypoint.
No, the hero point's closer than the waypoint is.
Yeah, we gotta loop around. Do you see those gears? The tunnels gate, the Hillstead gate? We gotta go through those. That hero point is a script leader that you have to like best in combat. God, I played this like 4 years ago and I remember every single one of these things.
But anywhere there was an incredibly brutal boss and let it die that people found a way to skip around and proceed past it. And if you proceed past him slightly, you would unlock the next tier of characters, and then you could beat the boss more easily because you could just play as the next tier of characters instead. And like, yeah, they did the sensible thing, which is they closed the loophole in a patch and they didn't ban anybody. Like, oh, GG, you found a better solution than we meant for you to have. You get away with it, and that's it. Obviously, you can fuck up the economy for MMO if it's a money thing, but like patching the problem and fixing the income, fixing the economy directly makes more sense than banning players for playing the game. Because a basic part of video gaming in general is like min-maxing or finding ideal solutions for any problem and stuff. So when a thing exists, you should be fully expected to take advantage of it, and banning people for that is almost basically unethical.
I'm kind of split on it, but apparently it was like one of those huge things where people like not refuse, but it like really hurt the rep for this game.
I mean, they basically did the equivalent of failing to spell check their economy, and then made their audience pay for it. It's not like something that's like blatantly cheating, like glitching out of the map in a shooter or something. Like actual cheating is when in Halo, in the level midship, if you were playing oddball, you could take the ball that you have, and if you got a slightly higher score than your opponent, you could throw the ball out of bounds in a place where it would absolutely never reset, and then you could just win the round because no one could ever pick up the ball again. That's genuinely cheating.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay,
that's ruining other people's fun by unethically playing the game as it's not intended, as opposed to like buying low and selling high in a game's basic mechanics.
Part of, I guess, now that I'm thinking about and remembering it, what ended up happening is, so this game you can trade gold, like in-game gold.
You can trade it for gems, which you usually have to buy with money.
So effectively what happened is these people that had made so much in-game gold, and this was only like, you know, a very small subsection of the player base, they managed to drive up the price of the like, in-game gems up by like like it was like
at this point it's astronomical though. I remember when grinding through the game I could save up enough gold to trade for enough gems to buy a character slot.
You still can. It's
now
actually well, so like getting that gold is just about as easy as it was a couple months in. The main issue is just simply you have to beat the end game and be like doing end game stuff instead. Let's see. What are you up to down there? Oh, selling stuff?
I just hit 25 so I can use a bunch of the gear that people sent me before.
Oh, right. Because people have been mailing you goodies.
Oh, actually, is that a way out to the vista down there? South?
Maybe? Is there a vista south, or do you mean the...
It's sort of outside, but you have to take a path first.
Yeah, sorta.
Oh, wait. Is it above us? Or below us? Maybe it's below us.
I don't know. I'm just going from heart to heart, and as we, like, explore the map.
Juan is just here for a little heart-to-heart.
Mm-hmm. I see a gold heart, and I gotta touch it.
This is so confusing.
I gotta fulfill it. What are our bags like right now?
You guys found the other hero point?
Yeah. It's just a drinky-do. There's another hero point if you keep coming my direction. A lot of hero points.
There's a lot in here. I didn't realize the Skrit City was so massive.
It's extensive, yeah. It's probably one of the prettier areas in the game, in my opinion.
Really?
Though.
With all the junk?
I think so. It kind of depends.
Painted.
When you get out to where I am, that's where it like starts getting real pretty. Guild Wars always did caves and verticality really well. Like kind of, you're up on something and you have like a really nice view.
No, this is a nicer part of the cave because there's a lot of foliage.
Oh shit, I totally forgot that destroyers exist.
We're gonna fight them later.
Primordius hasn't even been, like, dealt with yet, right?
He hasn't been dealt with, but he showed up in one of the newer
And right
expansions.
You mean the living story?
Living story stuff, yes.
Okay.
Like, they were doing the whole flame and frost.
You're right. Well, he was kind of there for a bit and then poof. And even then, Flame and Frost was more of a,
But then they brought Balthazar, cough, cough. And he wants to specifically go after those two. Dormog and Primordius.
Oh no, we've got to save injured Skrit. Do I still have one following me around? I don't remember if my pet's still out.
You might as well come get this hero point first, because the actual mission here is up north.
Where?
Here, all the way. It's above. You wanna come around this way. People are on the ball today. So I've more or less given most of my guild members the ability to invite people, and so I have been getting people asking for guild invites through whispers, and people will stream snipe the invite process for me. So like at one point I was like trying to add somebody, and then I was just like, I can't add you. Like, are you maxed out on guilds or something? And then before I can like finish saying that, somebody else is like, no. Like I already got it for you, and I'm like, what?
They can see into your stream. They know everything.
It's impressive. All right. Anyway, drop down. Probably. I don't think it'll kill you. Yeah, no, I don't think it
Or your
even
money
hurts.
back.
Destroy your crablings.
That was unpleasant.
And
I wonder what's
we're
under
just
this
gonna run
rock.
north.
It's murder.
There's like a teeny little tunnel that you cut through.
Where's the teeny tunnel?
Right here. Follow the murder train.
What row? There we go.
Oh, so this goes to the heart.
Going off the guild on a murder train.
Yep. This is... I don't know, I actually really like the Junktown look. It's something that they had used specifically in Factions. And I thought Factions was probably one of the prettier ones, or at least it had the more interesting
Is that when they had
environment.
that slum area that was beneath, like, the Imperial
That's when they they added the assassin and the spiritualist.
ritualist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which had what felt like at the time like the most broken power, because you could just hold on to a thing of ashes where when you died they would drop on the ground and make you
We got
automatically
all the
revive while
heart
simultaneously
area.
Yeah, we'll
reviving
go back
everyone
in.
near you. I remember being in a PvP match where I had that equipped and like my entire party just resurrected instead. So it's like, oh, you think you defeated everybody? Everyone's back. And the fight just started over.
The Ritualists, I think, were also... Well, they were my favorite for the opposite reason. I liked the little, like, turrets you could summon with them, because they,
I have a little baby devastated Skrit. Where do I take him? Oh no.
you eat it.
Oh no. This poor
you
baby.
Tasty, tasty nom-noms.
Do I take him to Bordecca's base. Where's Bordecca's base?
But probably back to the heart.
Is it the
Oh,
heart
there's
or the
destroyers
beginning?
everywhere.
Yeah, generally the heart is the correct spot.
Ah, shit. Probably true. Where is the heart located? Is it upstairs or something? Or is it just the other direction?
It's over here where there's, like, lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick up a little Skrit on the ground and they're just like devastated, like wiped out, and you're holding like a tiny baby person.
Unconscious
And
Skrit.
you have to take them somewhere.
Probably to the heart.
Oops. Somebody fell into lava. And somebody else is trying to save them and falling into the lava too.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
No, not the lava.
It's an endless train of death.
Currently on Death Train.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are showing up to the area asking for guild invites.
Wait,
And the people that aren't related to our, like, murder train are super confused.
I'm not supposed to hand the scrit in here? Then where do I hand the scrit?
You take him to the heart.
Yeah.
I just took him to the heart. And the guy's just like, you can ask me tons of questions.
Just walk around a little bit, you automatically put him down.
Oh, really?
When you stand in the right spot. There's like a whole pile of them there.
just go toss them on the pile. They'll be okay.
Oh, I have to take it to the person next to him. Okay.
Yeah, put him in the pile.
Turns out the Scrit have no qualms against the cannibalism. They're like, yeah, just toss him on the barbecue. It's okay.
Oh.
He's Dunsey. It's fine.
Well, do rats eat one another?
They can.
I mean,
Rodents get like real messy when they
I
come
think
to like
most wild
starvation.
animals engage in
rabbits
in
I know
cannibalism at
deer
some
do.
eat
point.
each other. Hamsters will just eat each other for fun. Hamsters are fucked.
I mean, that's one of the nasty things is finding out that most supposed herbivores are like opportunistic carnivores. Like when you have like,
I'm just surprised that they can deal with it.
I'm gonna have to put you back down, Scrit. I already finished that quest. To the dick wolves with you. Yeah, like it's like that clip of like you'll see horses that just swallow a chick whole. Like a little
chick?
Yep. Like a little chick will just be like walking around in a field and a horse will get a hold of it and just swallow it. Is there like a gesture here or what's going on? I have a picture of like there's like a glowy picture of a marching man on my map. He looked like he was doing the pose for that one beer.
Oh, that's I think that's a guild event.
What?
So we have a guild event in the area that we will be doing.
Hinder
Weird.
Scotta's Bandits is up here.
I don't know what the guild event is. I don't know how we're going to do it.
How exactly does one cast poison on bandit supplies?
Uh,
Or there's a will, there's a way.
you know, they just get a little bit
Just pull a Greg.
you know, green around the a little bit green around the nails.
Did we ever get an explanation for what Ferd was going for in that situation?
Not a clue.
Because like he just was like just decided to poison people for no reason, seemingly.
For people that don't know the context for this, very early on in our D&D campaign, Bird, playing as, you know, Greg, the paladin, tried
the
poisoning
RNG character just does anything.
He tried poisoning a whole host of drow for some reason. I guess probably because drow are evil, rah.
It must suck to just be born into a race that everyone just is like, that thing's evil by default, obviously.
People were actually like kind of making a statement being like, so aren't like green dragons like just lawful evil by nature? And I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm not sticking to that.
When I think intelligent sentient creatures, I think that all of them are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I was just like,
Oh wait, that's insane.
yeah. I don't know. I've never
boring.
like automatically like this creature is by nature evil. Like there's some things like mind flayers where like, yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
they
Once you're a
actually are-
Lovecraftian nightmare monster, it's okay that
That
you're
eats
probably
brains
evil.
for dinner.
Or if you're a golem, because then you're just whatever the thing is that made you.
Yeah. But like, you know, intelligent creature with its own like motivations and stuff. I think everything is just neutral, mostly.
Because if you don't give them the freedom to be interesting, then they just become the hand,
Yeah.
aka the most boring part of the entire Marvel universe.
But yeah, so in the
a
case of
moof minion. Yeah.
in the case
Like,
of
ooh, look, they're ninjas that are evil. End of story. That was all of the story.
in the case where Bird tried poisoning all the drow, that was actually a point where technically you guys would have all been killed. And I was just like, I'm just gonna have them conveniently just like pass it off as like, well, we didn't get poisoned, so I guess it's okay. But like I actually had like writing for them reacting
Betrayed
to
us,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
So like
That was a lot of potentially high-level characters. All
yeah,
mad at
my
us.
notes are literally like, if tried to double cross, they will surround the party and shoot them until dead. And then I'm
Jeez.
like, wait a second, like people like this. Maybe I shouldn't just immediately murk the party because they did one dumb thing.
Maybe
And
I.
it wasn't even us, it was one member.
Yeah. Well, part of it is yeah.
Maybe.
I was like the,
Maybe I could have gotten out of it with a tree token.
yeah.
Just. Oh, they're gone now.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys really need to use your magical items.
I was waiting for occasions to happen. Also, we're usually not in a setting where a tree token works.
No, tree tokens are,
You have to be
Yeah, I
outdoors.
I mean, if you just, like, rip off a flagstone in the basement, you totally could have used a tree token in there.
Rip off a flagstone? What does that mean?
Yeah, well, like, if you're in the basement of a building, you just pick up, like, one of the flagstones making up the floor.
No, you
That is
have to.
100
You actually have to be outside to use a tree token. It's in the rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You mean
think-
under the open
We were,
sky?
and none of our campaign is outdoors except for when we're not doing anything.
Well then.
Still haven't completed this part. What other things do we have to slaughter around here? Oh, more bandits.
Bandits.
Hey, I finished a heart. I did it.
There's some pretty people.
Here
in
we
this
go.
guild. What
Hero
does this guy
Shiroto
have? Oh, it's
sent
it's
me
Glint.
12 slotted bags.
Pretty armor
Nice.
set. What are you wearing? I really wish I could, like, inspect players to see what they're wearing.
Oh wait, that's already a 20.
There's-
Whoops. Oh, and you have to pay gems to unlock to get other bag slots.
More than
That
the
is
amount
a
that there are,
really
yeah.
pretty
Like,
armor set.
I think the largest bag you can get is 20?
I think so, yeah.
20 slot bag?
And you buy
Yep.
the slots with money
Yeah.
or gems, as it were.
Yeah,
There's a
the money
scout over
converts to gems, and then
Okay,
I just
yeah,
need
let's
one
head,
more thing.
yeah, let's have Shell finish this heart. Let's go get the
Ah,
waypoint. We
there-
do have a another heart in the top right corner, but we can get that later.
Okay, done.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's what they're wearing. Nothing but ascended stuff. Yeah, I've never seen any of the ascendant equipment in this game.
I
so
wonder if
have
it's
no idea what it
possible
looks
for
like.
someone to do a pacifist
Best watch
run
your
of
step
Guild
in this
Wars
area.
2.
Yes,
My seraph brothers
absolutely.
and sisters
Because I noticed that
maintain an
there's like
outpost just north
objectives
of here.
outside of killing
We're spread
things.
thin,
For the most
and
part.
constantly harassed by nearby bandits. The outlaws have 3 fortified camps to the
Hey,
west
it's
as well, so be careful.
Matt Mercer
Anything you can
again.
do to secure this area would be appreciated.
He is literally everywhere in this game, and it actually kind of bugs me.
Wait, is this guy?
Yeah, if you
Voice
talk to the
band?
scout, it's Matt Mercer. He voices so many, like, random NPCs. Like, my Norn was talking to another character voiced by Matt Mercer at one point, and I was just like, I'm not okay with this, actually. There are other voice actors that are not, like, that are not Matt Mercer. And that could probably also use a job, maybe.
Nah, just more Matt Mercer. And when you're not using Matt Mercer, use Troy Baker and Nolan North.
I don't actually know how many
And
games
Jennifer Hale.
I don't actually know how many games I've seen with those, with all of those voice actors in, like, because I know there was Nolan North and the Nolan North sound alike.
If there's going to be any games where they're all in the same game, it's probably an MMO,
Yeah,
which is
sure.
where they just call up the entire list. They just go down the entire phone book, basically.
Like, I'm actually a really
we're
big
supposed to
fan
calm down
of
ghosts.
Oh, we've got a. Oh, I see. You're going after that. Like, I'm a really big fan of how Supergiant Games does it, where they more or less have
Logan Cunningham.
one fairly. Yeah, I mean Cunningham is fairly versatile to begin with. But so ultimately
He didn't get
they
much
have
to work with in the new game, though.
No, he did not. No, I think he did a great job for a guy that only says like one line every half hour.
The game's so gargantuan they couldn't voice act all of it, so it's like old text till that one guy starts talking. And there's like a vague suggestion that sometimes people kind of speak in some language you don't understand, but it's like a 2 or 3 word sentence.
Yeah, super Simlish.
And it's foreign enough you can't tell when it's correlating with something, but sometimes you can tell that it's actually tying to something because you can hear a name in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Except for it's still kind of weird, super
back.
Simlish, because I had Volfred say his name earlier.
Volfred said Volfred?
Yeah, I think he said like his name, or maybe it was. Oh wait, no, it was Orlek. He said Orlek's name, but it wasn't Orlek. It was like Orglogor, and I was like, what? Just say it. Pronouns are pronouns.
It could just be pronunciation.
Maybe, I don't know, it sounded like super Simlish Orlek, which was confusing.
Well, like, if it was a weird but garbled version of Orlek, it could be a lot like how in, it's like when you, like, my entire experience going through Tokyo Mirage sessions is I would look at the subtitles for the song while it was playing, and I would hear them say the pronouns, and I couldn't recognize them because their pronunciation of names is so far off from mine, because they speak Japanese. Like, they're not saying a different word, but their pronunciation of everything is so far off that I can't even recognize English words when they say them.
I actually get kind of bugged in,
I like how they add like 1 billion syllables to Fire Emblem when they say that, when they sing it. They're like, for your emblem. Like, that's not how many syllables are in that word. you just kept adding more because they have a different way of dealing with consonants.
I'm surprised.
Specifically ours.
Yeah, I've heard it pronounced with like a moo at the end too. It's like fire.
Yeah,
emblem. I'm like,
it's emblem. It's just emblem. No, emblem. I'm like, no.
But
it's not how many syllables are in it.
It's because of the L.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of.
I'm saying that's why Orlek could be unrecognizable, is because gargantuan gulfs between dialects.
It is actually fascinating realizing that, like, you know, common like world languages, some of them just don't have certain sounds that we rely on.
Yeah, and also have sounds that we don't use.
Yeah.
That's happens to English speakers trying to learn how, like, Spanish and German and stuff. Is like there's just like certain sounds we're not used to making.
So we actually had
like,
somebody that had to transfer out of Spanish class into French because he couldn't roll his R's.
That was part of the reason I didn't want to take Spanish when I was a kid.
So
I was like, I'll just take German, and then I hit their R's, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, we had a really
R's
shitty, like,
weird.
hard-ass. We had a shitty, hard-ass Spanish teacher, and she was like, look, I'm gonna hold you back until you get this right. And he's like, I literally can't do it.
For me, the confusing thing isn't the part where they massively mispronounce English words. It's more confusing that they insist on calling things English words in the first place.
How do we get up to that? Oh. You just have to take the really long way around to get to the Vista? Cal?
What?
Vista?
Okay.
I was at...
Fine Bane berries?
Never mind, I'll figure it out.
I was forgetting to look for items, whoops. I was just running around dealing with the enemies.
Where have you guys gone?
I never went anywhere.
I was talking to a spirit who apparently regretted that she never had children.
Huh.
Stories with Shell.
No, but that's what happened.
Yep.
There are ghosts sitting around, and some of them fight you, and some of them are like...
Are you doing a completely different heart, or...?
No, I'm doing this heart. Help the cornered spies at the Seraph Observers, yeah.
Huh. Were you just not there for the event that more or less completed the heart for us?
I was there for
What
it.
heart?
I'm a smidgen away.
The Observers
I'm a smidgen
one?
away.
I'm still here too. I don't know if anyone was there for the event.
Oh.
Did you even call it out at the time?
I mean, you guys were right next to it when it happened, so I figured...
Actually,
Well,
it's
never
interesting.
mind,
All
whatever.
of these
Yeah.
are named people too.
I mean, you can be like right by an event and it won't be announced to you sometimes to even exist.
This is truth.
Because like I constantly call out events to you when I'm standing like right next to you, and I'm like, for some reason I can see it and you can't.
Yeah. I really do feel like anybody in your team, or even guild, should actually give you, like, event vision for the
Event
general
vision.
area. Yeah, why not?
I just think that it should be like every MMO ever, where party progress is shared when you're within range.
No, also fair.
Because like if somebody in your party kills a dude 5 feet away from you, like they're in your party, you should both get credit for it.
I have everything you need.
Otherwise, it just leads to this weird antagonistic thing, or like you have to constantly wait to make sure everybody like tagged him in time or something.
Yeah.
Level 26.
Luckily, stuff goes pretty quick in this game, so, like, it doesn't matter that much.
So close to completing this heart.
Eat those
Level-
pain
oh,
berries.
shit, I'm level...
Where are the
Ah.
berries?
Just poisoning myself with the berries. Because the quest
Oh, I
was
gotta be
over
level
already.
31.
What did
I
you say
haven't
about
seen any-
31?
I gotta be level 31 for my elite, not 30.
Oh.